Scottie Barnes has been red hot to start the NBA season, 7 games in, averaging 22.6 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists on 60% true shooting. The Scottie Barnes ascension is something that looks to be on the rise. Barnes looks to be much more aggressive and has found a confident shooting stroke that is helping his scoring. Last season, Scottie looked to be stagnant as a player, though some blame could be on the Raptors roster with literally no sort of spacing. Barnes really had to find his shot creation game and shooting. He's a do-it-all type of player, rebounding, passing, defending, scoring at the rim. And this season, operating at a career-high 26% usage, he is getting more opportunities to make decisions. Last season, he was at a 21% usage. Barnes' shooting has been his biggest weakness in his game, was inefficient from 3 and the mid-range in years past. His game primarily revolved around getting to the rim with drives and post-ups, playing some bully ball, but getting to the rim could be tough when subpar shooting the Raptors had last season. We're the 28th ranked 3-point shooting team, shooting 34% from deep as a team, and so far this season, close to that percentage. They rank 17th in the league, shooting close to 36% as a team per clean the glass. Barnes on his drives isn't the most traditional driver to the rim. He's pretty different in terms of he looks to turn his drives into post-ups where he can move from east to west when getting deeper into the paint, active with his off arm to swat away reach-ins and protect the ball, and this is a way from him to get from point A to point B and still protect the ball. It plays towards his strengths. He isn't explosive off the dribble, but Barnes plays physical and can muscle and back down guards, forwards, and look to power through them. He has some fadeaways and hooks he can get into, creating space away from a defender and getting into those shots. He is shooting 66% at the rim this season. He is pretty patient in his attacks, not rushing and assessing the floor to see if he should attack or find an open teammate. Barnes is really good at finding the open guy. This really pops in transition situations, pushing the ball up and locating the open man early. There's a variety of passes he can make, showcase lobs, kickouts, bounce passes. Scottie's biggest weakness coming into the league was his 3-point shooting off the catch and his pull-up shooting from both mid-range and 3. To start the season, he is shooting 42% on 3-pointers, 42% off the catch on around 4 attempts a game, and 40% on pull-up threes on just 1 attempt a game. This development is very crucial. A lot of times the defense would just sag off of Barnes or go under his screens, and with the added spacing problems with the Raptors, it made Barnes' life hell to operate within. If teams now have to respect that 3, Barnes just becomes a very much different player, and now you have to start game planning for him. His confidence is rising when shooting it, letting it fly when given space. There's a lot of relocation within his movement, shooting threes as a trailer, coming off of screens, hopping into jumpers, getting shots going within motion. There's been a lot of positives so far with the approach Scottie has with shooting. And just looking at the Spurs game from a few days ago, this was Scottie's best game of the season, where he just dropped 30 points and legit looked like a go-to guy. Stuff like this is very little but very important. Scottie comes off into a handoff of OG. The defense goes under. He sees that. It's not him just holding the ball and looking to just go ISO. The Raptors need more confident shooters, and this displays confidence. He sees the under defense and immediately just hops right into a jump shot. Good sweep and sway, high extension, and he makes this 3. I remember there was a possession earlier in the season in the game against the Sixers, and it just made me scratch my head where there was ball movement, but it was like very clear none of these Raptors players wanted to shoot the 3, and I think Scottie had the best look, but he passed it into a turnover, and that's something you don't want. You want him taking shots in space with high confidence. And even possessions like this in the Spurs game, he gets an open look, but he ruins the momentum on his jumper by faking and then going into a shot. You want that shot to be all in one motion, no delays. He did knock down 5 threes in his game, and you can see at points the confidence is growing. This is an area of his game that hasn't really popped through his career, so there's going to be some wane in confidence, but you just want him to be willing to let it fly. On this possession, I really like Scottie as a passer too. Drive, blow by against Johnson, and a little dump off to Jakob Poeltl after seeing the help jump. Just good stuff here, good dump off pass and good processing. This shot late into the fourth just exudes confidence. Tween into a pound step back for 3. Not late in the shot clock too. This isn't a forced shot, this is 100% confidence. And if he is doing this consistently, pull up shooting, catch and shoot shooting, there would be very little weaknesses in his game. Now time will tell if he stays efficient with his shooting, but it's a positive sign seeing the willingness and approach he has to shooting the ball. Good foundations to build on and becoming a reliable shooter for this team.